Your Excellency, President Goodluck Jonathan, the delegation accompanying President Jonathan from Nigeria, including Your Royal Highnesses, members of the Diplomatic Corps, parents who have done the great work of supporting our students, my fellow members of the University Council present, members of the University Advisory Council, our former Vice Chancellor, Professor Mugisha, Vice Chancellors of our sister universities, and our students of today, good morning. It's my honor to share with you a few words, and my words will actually be just simple additions to what our graduation speaker covered. Our graduation speaker, Dr. Vincent Ogutu, Vice Chancellor of Strathmore University, spoke many, many words. His words were centered around values and wealth. Dr. Ogutu spoke to us and emphasized that values and wealth are extremely important to all of us. And as you all know, in the good book, John 1, verse 1, it is written that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Everything we do begins with the software of words. And so, students, please take seriously the words that you have heard today from everybody who is speaking. You've heard the wonderful words that our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sabiti, has shared with us, and you'll hear many more words because in the beginning was the Word. Our very own Vice Chancellor has written in his book, The Transition Hours, that any African country cannot become wealthy by selling more minerals or more raw materials such as oil, that the wealth of our nation is between our ears. And that was the exact phrase that you heard the graduation speaker, Dr. Gutu, emphasize, that the wealth of our nation is between our ears. A famous critic of Africa, V.S. Naipaul, wrote in his book, A Bend in the River, that in the opening of Bend in the River, he wrote, "The world is what it is. Men who are nothing, who allow themselves to become nothing, have no place in it." My message to you, graduates today, is that we as Africans, our most important responsibility of the next 500 years is to ensure that this continent does not become nothing. We must heed the wise words of our Chancellor that our wealth is between our ears, as emphasized by our graduation speaker. Our most important responsibility of the next 500 years is to change African history of the last 500 years. In the last 500 years, beginning with the great age of European exploration, African systems and African economies collapsed. We fell behind the world's 6 settled continents. Today, we are number 6 out of 6. We are number last. Our responsibility is to change this direction and fight for human parity. Our responsibility is to use the wealth between our ears to rise to the same level as our brothers in China, as our brothers and sisters in Europe, as our brothers and sisters in North America, as our brothers and sisters in South America, as our brothers and sisters in Oceania. That is the larger meaning of education for this continent. The education for which the university has enabled you to acquire is one, for making yourself a more competent human being so that you take care of yourself and family. But it has a second larger purpose, the final economic liberation of this continent and the fight for parity with our sisters and brothers on other continents. That is my message to you.